Hi, my name is Nicolene Skuman-Low and I'm an attorney, conveyancer, notary public and mediator.
Good afternoon, my name is Max Reiner and I'm a candidate attorney. We both practice here at Skuman Law Incorporated, Cape Town, South Africa, which has been serving the legal needs of entrepreneurs since 2007. Today we will be discussing trusts. As a point of departure, there are generally two major types of trusts. The first is known as an inter vivos trust or living trust. As the name implies, an inter vivos trust is a trust created during the lifetime of the donor or founder. This type of trust is normally regulated by a document called the trust deed, which is lodged with the Master of the High Court. By contrast, the second type of trust is known as a testamentary trust or trust mortis causa. This type of trust is normally created by way of a will and only comes into existence upon the death of the donor or the founder. However, it is not uncommon for this type of trust to have a separate trust deed within the will to avoid confusion.
Different types of trusts, although we've highlighted the distinguishing factor being between the living and being created in a will, there are also a number of other differences that exist within both of these realms, which we won't deal with today. With that being said, the big question I suppose that would naturally follow on from our discussion is when to apply which type of trust, and when is it best applied. While in terms of an inter vivos or living trust, it is usually applied in the context of either a commercial setting or in the context of personal assets or a family arrangement. So typically in the second mention we'll see the family trust being created, which would then encompass all the assets of the family to be preserved for future generations. In the first option though, we also see a commercial application. For example, employee share schemes that we often see in BBBE transactions, or in the case of executive incentive schemes, similar structures for executives. So it would really depend on the application in a personal or in a commercial sense, how this needs to be correctly constructed. In terms of a testamentary trust, this is really, I suppose, best described to protect the vulnerable. For example, we often see parents of minor children creating these trusts in order to look after the financial well-being of their children if they pass. The second type we also often see is those people that need to support family members or dependents with special needs or even elderly family members. So it would really depend on the context, but at the end of the day, it ensures that the most vulnerable in society are protected and that there's a clear framework within which the financial benefits or assets from which they stand to benefit are administered to their ultimate benefit. So we often hear, even though we've just set out how this could be most beneficially applied, we often hear the comment that trusts are outdated or terribly expensive. So let's unpack that.
Firstly, regarding the first statement and trusts being expensive, this is not entirely untrue, as trusts do tend to attract a high income tax rate. However, with the correct advice and consulting, this need not necessarily be the case.
In terms of it being outdated, I think that's a very narrow-minded way of looking at it. Trusts have a very important role to play, specifically if they are correctly constructed with the best advice accompanying that construction from the outset. That's the first and most important point. Secondly, they really shouldn't be applied in a context of trading. In other words, that businesses are run through these entities. It's a preservation tool at its very core and should be applied as such. And if it is, I feel that they are most definitely not outdated and with the correct planning, not terribly expensive. So I do definitely feel that trusts still have a very important role to play. This is a very big topic, so please go to our website at www.skumanlaw.co.za We've got a lot of articles on the topic and on anything indirectly related to it. We also have a podcast channel and have radio podcasts on our website as well as a free monthly newsletter which you can subscribe to. Last but not least, we also run an online platform which hosts over 30 legal documents which you can customize, download and implement, all supported by podcasts and free supporting documents to make sure that you sign correctly on the dotted line. So thank you for joining us today. Please like, share and comment in the comment box below. We look forward to connecting to you real soon.